Welcome back to The Power and the Glory. Today's scripture is taken from the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 22. Before we go any further, please like, share, and subscribe. It does make a huge difference to the Google algorithm. And thank you to my existing subscribers for your ongoing support. I really do appreciate it. So I'll read the scripture now. Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. So this is a Psalm of David, and the scripture comes from a place of deep pain. What's causing this pain is David's betrayal by one of his trusted counselors during Absalom's rebellion. Now, David feels particularly downcast and sad at the betrayal and wants to escape from the pain. But instead of giving into despair, he doesn't run away, nor does he take revenge against the person that was actually betraying him. He stands tall and faces his challenges and prays to God and asks him to solve his problems. And that's how we should see Psalm 55. It's an extended prayer of deliverance by David to God. So now let's have a look at the scripture in detail. First off, cast your burdens on the Lord. So this is a command to do that. The instruction here is forcefully made, and it's to cast all our troubles and concerns on God's shoulders. And that's what we should do right here and now as Christians. This is a command to actively and fully surrender your worries and struggles to God. It means releasing control and acknowledging that you cannot manage everything on your own. And I know that's sometimes difficult to do. We like to think that we own our problems, but God owns our problems, or should do, as well as us. We all have things we care about, and these becomes burdens. Whatever is weighing us down, we're instructed to give it to God. Let's move on to the next part of the scripture. He will sustain you. So this is a promise. The declaration by King David is a promise that God will not abandon us. He will sustain the followers with his power in spite of the trouble they may find themselves in. Now we can witness here that King David, at the time that he was writing this, didn't have everything figured out. But, meaningfully, he still had full trust and faith that God would come through for him. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. So this is the assurance that King David is making. This assures us that those who are righteous will not be ultimately defeated or overthrown. So this part of the scripture is typical of King David, who displays extraordinary faith in the toughest circumstances, and his faith always pays off. So what are our key takeouts and learnings from this scripture? Well, first off, it's surrendering to God fully. The verse is an invitation to hand over all our anxieties, stresses, and cares to God, recognizing that we are not meant to bear life's burdens alone. But let's go further than that. Practically, let's list our burdens out, each and every one of us, and hand over every one of them twice a day to God, once when we wake up, once before we go to sleep. Let's not re-burden ourselves after asking. Very often we give things to God and then they're not happening quickly enough, so we re-burden ourselves. Let's not do that. Let's rest in faith, trust in God's timely response, and wait for him